cost of living has been doing to Canadians the past few years, anything is good news, and this is. The financial institution says we're going to see the increase in rental rates slow in the coming years. It says rising unemployment and weaker population growth will have a dampening effect on rental inflation, but that doesn't mean you'll see rents drop. Instead, the increases will be slower as demand drops. With 42% of people in Vancouver renting, Desjardins says we'll see rent inflation rise more slowly than elsewhere because our market is more sensitive to changes in population. If you're looking to cut some costs, though, head to Calgary or Edmonton, where the brakes on rental inflation are expected to happen more quickly. I'm Dean Rixey.
City of Toronto getting ready for the arrival of hundreds of thousands of Taylor Swift fans as the pop star is putting on half a dozen shows in the next few weeks. Canadian press reporter Rihanna Lim says officials are prepping for an onslaught of Swifties.
The city says they're expecting up to 500,000 visitors from outside of Toronto to visit. And as such, to accommodate so many more people in the downtown core, the city is monitoring traffic. There's going to be some street closures on the nights of the concerts as needed. There's also going to be a lot of police presence to make sure everybody stays safe. So the city and the fans are all gearing up for the pop star's arrival.
Destination Vancouver is expected to give us an update on what could happen here in Vancouver when the Eras tour arrives next month. No matter when you need to know in Vancouver, 1130 News Radio is always live, local, 24/7. Coming up, we take a look at your border report.
Happy birthday to you.
Hey,
Bye.
Where's Mom going? She hasn't even opened her presents.
Well, son, she just turned 65, which means there's new offers for her at Specsavers.
What?
Yep, an eye exam now costs her nothing, and she can get 30% off lens upgrades with any pair of glasses.
Wow. So, can we cut the cake now?
You betcha.
No-cost eye exams are for eligible seniors at all participating locations with costs covered by provincial health care. Conditions apply. See specsavers.ca.
Border Report, brought to you by Pacific Blue Cross Travel Insurance. Buy a travel plan and your kids are covered free at pacificbluecross.ca.
And with your 1130 News Radio Pacific Blue Cross Border Report, here is Alex Kerrigan.
Borders light for now. We'll keep an eye on them later today, but for now you have a southbound wait time less than 5 across the board. Peace, Pack, Aldergrove, and Sumas. Northbound times very similar, but upside down because they're northbound. Less than 5 across the board, even commercial vehicles. You can double check the border wait times anytime at vancouver.citynews.ca/border.
Thank you, Alex. Coming up, your traffic and weather together on the ones. It's 9:40.
Let's see, giant cake, enormous bale of paper towels, huge bag of carrots, electric vehicles. Oh, hi, James Carter here at Costco. Because, well, giant cakes and a huge deal. Right now, eligible Costco members get $1,200 off on all our in-stock EVs. The Chevy Equinox, the new Silverado, the Blazer, and even the GMC Hummer. All an extra $1,200 off for Costco members. Now at Carter GM. In Burnaby and in North Vancouver. I'm getting a hot dog.
With respiratory illness season here, how do we help take care of ourselves? Practice healthy habits. Now's the time to get your flu and updated COVID shots. They help protect against severe illness and hospitalization. Also, remember to stay home if you're sick. Cover coughs and sneezes, and clean your hands frequently. Healthy habits make a difference, helping to protect you and the people in your life. We can all do our part. Learn more at healthyhabitsbc.ca. A message from the Government of BC.
9:41. Let's get back to the traffic center. Here is Alex Kerrigan.
Thank you very much, Olivia. And there is a situation going on over on the Vancouver-Burnaby border, Boundary Road southbound, right in front of Grandview Highway, and a little bit after it as well. There's a concrete spill. It is not a planned concrete pour. It's just wet concrete on Boundary southbound at Grandview Highway. The right lane is blocked off. This is pushing traffic back to about Highway 1 eastbound off-ramp as well. Exercise caution through the area. Be very mindful of this one. Northbound's not slowing down at all. This is a southbound problem. We work our way over to Surrey. We got a call about what seems to be a crash over at 96 eastbound at 186. Now, crews are on the scene, but eastbound is blocked as they are trying to clear this one up. Trying to get up to Golden Ears Way to get up and away from this one. We are also seeing the train has been moved on Gallardi northbound right around Caribou gone and out of the way, which is great to see. Everything else, well, we're looking at delays on the 91A northbound through the Queensboro. Alice Fraser Bridge is a lot better. George Massey Tunnel is very clean, but you're going to have some very heavy delays on the 99 northbound leading up to the Oak Street Bridge. Roadwork at Oak at 70th is the culprit here. Try 9th Street or the Arthur Land to get away from that one. They're both going to be slow because this road has been going on for a while. Anything else, star 1130, please. Wake up with a deal at A&W for just $4.99. Enjoy a bacon and egger and an organic small press coffee until December 8th at participating Lower Mainland locations.
And now let's head over to the Penfolds Roofing and Solar Weather Center. Here's meteorologist Michael Coos.
Coming around after a super soggy morning, Olivia. More sun.
To check in with our meteorologist Michael Coos, and I definitely see some sunshine. That's the blue sky now, finally out my little window.
Yeah, it looks like a different world out there right now compared to, 3:34 this morning. It was pounding.
Miserable, yes.
Yeah, not nice at all. But that's in the rearview mirror. There's still some lingering rain out in Chilliwack and beyond, but even that is starting to ease off. The farther you go out into the mountains, it will hang on a little bit longer. But around Metro Vancouver, it's partly sunny into the afternoon. The slightest chance for an instability shower, but things are settling out through the day. Highs with a westerly wind up to about 11 degrees, maybe 12, drops down to 5 overnight. Cooler tomorrow morning. In pockets could be 3 or 4 degrees with a mainly clear overnight sky. Sun tomorrow afternoon with a high of 9. Back to the wet weather on Saturday. I know the timing's not great. It would be great if today was Saturday and tomorrow Sunday, but that's not the way it's working out. And it's not going to be pouring all weekend long. Grey Cup Sunday still looks quite nice, although still likely overcast through a good chunk of it. If we get breaks, they will be through the afternoon. The wet weather comes in Saturday afternoon, lingers into first thing on Sunday. So even Saturday morning, which will be likely overcast, it should be dry through that morning stretch. Right now, under that sun, that developing sun, it's 8 degrees in East Vancouver, 9 degrees and partly sunny in Richmond. The guaranteed high is 11.
Your weather's by Kingmark Currency Exchange. Today, Kingmark Currency Exchange buys U.S. at 1.383, sells at 1.413, buys Euro at 1.462, sells at 1.512. Visit kingmark.ca for more.
Thank you, gentlemen. It is 9:53. Analysts will be keeping a close eye on Prime Minister Justin Trudeau.
9th Street Bridge remains your best option right now. It's clear in both directions. No northbound volume on the Oak Street Bridge. No delays anymore on the Port Mann Bridge after that stalled semi-cleared going eastbound. It's looking great now. Also through the Burnaby Lake stretch across the Ironworkers. A little bit of congestion just after Mountain Highway down the cut to the bridge going eastbound. But all in all, pretty good right now. On the Lionsgate Bridge, you're looking great in both directions. No major delays there. Anything that is a major delay, though, feel free to give me a call hands-free at star 1130. Starting tomorrow, Shoppers Drug Mart, shop, scan, and earn 20 times the points or 25 times the points with the PC Financial Card. Conditions in-app. To the Penfolds Roofing and Solar Weather Center, here's meteorologist Carl Lamb. 11 degrees will be our high for today across Metro Vancouver. It's a mix of sun and cloud, and we do have that westerly wind around 20 kilometers per hour or so, down to an overnight low tonight of 4. Then for tomorrow, cooler, sun and cloud, and 8 degrees, down to a low of 4. And then for Saturday, it's mostly cloudy and rain showers on the way for the afternoon and evening, with a high of just 7 degrees, and then some rain into Sunday morning and a high of 8, but we may see some more sun by Sunday afternoon. Our daytime high temperature for today is 11. And your weather is brought to you by 604 Fixed Leak. Unsure if damage caused by a leak is covered by insurance. 604 Fixed Leak can help answer your question.
继续直行，然后向右转上匝道。
604 Fixed Leak. Coming up, we're just hours away from potential job action at Canada Post. Cup W, the union representing postal workers, has set a midnight Eastern time deadline, but has not indicated if its members will actually be walking off the job. Those details
向右转上匝道。
at 2:30. 11:30 news time coming up on 2:24. New questions about the U.S. Department of Justice will act independently moving forward. It comes as President-elect Donald Trump nominates longtime ally Matt Gaetz to be Attorney General. As ABC's Jay O'Brien reports, Gaetz was once embroiled in a sex trafficking investigation by that Justice Department.
The House Ethics Committee is doing its own investigation into Matt Gaetz and allegations that he facilitated the sex trafficking of a 17-year-old girl. In other
very good right now. Over to the Vancouver to Richmond bridges, these aren't looking very good right now. Southbound at the Oak Street Bridge, you're backed up to about Oak Park going to West 70th Avenue, 2 lanes each way there. Slow across the bridge on the Arthur Lane going in northbound right now, so expect delays there. So far, so good for the Ninth Street Bridge. It's looking great in both directions, and Highway 99 through Richmond starting to see some of that southbound volume crop up around Stevenson Highway to the Massey Tunnel. Reminder, counterflow does come in within the next 20 minutes here, so watch out for that. Actually, an hour, I lied there. It's an hour until counterflow comes in, but definitely starting to see some of that afternoon volume crop up there. Anything else we need to know? Give us a call hands-free at star 1130. Traffic's for the Vancouver Giants. Don't miss the action as the Giants host the Kamloops Blazers November 15th. Puck drop at 7 at the Langley Event Center. Giants.com/tickets to the Penfolds Roofing and Solar Weather Center. Here is meteorologist Carl Lamb.
Well, today's much calmer than what we've had so far this week, with a mix of sun and cloud. It is still a bit breezy out there. Westerly winds generally around 20 kilometers per hour. A little bit stronger right by the coast, but we'll get up to a high of 11 degrees for today. And then tonight, very quiet once again with a low of 4. Our daytime high temperature for today is 11.
And right now in downtown Vancouver, down to 8 degrees under a mix of sun and cloud. 11:30 news time, 2:33.